Hey there, Rec Room. Oxy here. In today's Circuits V2 tutorial, we're going to be going over how exactly you can give people the fly role using Circuits V2 without giving them host. This will make it to where if a player joins an instance, they can always fly. There is only one thing that could go wrong, and I'll get into that later. But without further ado, I'm going to get on screen mode and let's get into it. Alright, so now that I am on screen mode, I'm just now going to bring out my maker pen. So I'm going to make sure that I'm on my backpack, click use on the maker pen, and then grab it. Now I'm going to bring out my maker pen menu and then make sure my snapping is on surface. Now we're going to spawn in all the chips we'll need, so we're going to go to our palette. I've already typed in event receiver. You should as well in this search tool in the top right corner. I'm going to select event receiver and then spawn it in on my surface. It might take a few seconds to load in, so we're going to go ahead and put in our next chip. So our next chip will be if player is local. It's going to be this first one right here, and then we're just going to spawn it in on our surface slightly above. Now we're going to open our palette up again and then select player add role, which would be right here. Now I'm going to spawn this one in over here and then open up my palette yet again. Type in the if, and then we're going to select the if chip, spawn it in directly under our player add role. Next we are going to type in list, and then I'm going to select the list contains chip, spawn it in under the if chip. Now we're going to head back over here, open our palette again, and type in get player account name. So now we're going to spawn this one in under our event receiver, and then we are going to open our palette up again and type in list create. Going to pop list create right here. So there's one more thing we need to place before we actually get into wiring everything and configuring everything. This thing will be the roll chip. So we're just going to type in ROLE, and then it's this first one right here, roll chip. I'm going to head over here, spawn this in, use the configure tool, configure my role name to fly, and then we are going to edit the role and select yes on the can fly override. Now I'm going to configure all of the things that need to be configured with the chips, just for easier use in the future. So I'm just going to bring out the configure tool, select the event receiver, and then set the event to player join. That's going to receive the player joining these instance. Now we're going to head over to our player add role, and then I'm just going to configure the value fly. This is our role that we are going to give our player that has joined the game. That should be the two things we need to configure, so we're just going to bring out our wire tool and start wiring. So I'm going to wire the event receiver player joined and wire it to the if player's local chip. Now we're going to get our player that is local, and then we are going to select if they are local, then add the role fly to the target of our player. Now I'm going to go over here and set our condition to our list contains. And then we're going to get our player that has joined, get their account name, and then we're going to turn it into a list with the string. Now we're going to wire our list create to list contains target. This will make it to where we can input the player's @username so that they can join in any instance and then have the fly role. So now that we have all of our circuits up, I'm going to actually show you that this works. So I brought in a special guest, Black X Knight. can you try to fly for me right now? As you can see, he cannot fly. So I'm just going to bring out my configure tool and then come over here to my item. And then I'm going to set his @username, which is Black X Knight X Leader, to the list. So I'm just going to come over here and type in Black X Knight. Sorry, that second N was capital. And then I'm going to type in X, capital Leader. This is case sensitive, so make sure that you type in exactly what their @ is. And don't use their username. As you can see, his username is Black X Knight. Use his @name, which is Black X Knight X Leader. Don't use his name exactly. Use whoever you want to give the role to, of course. And now can I get you to leave the game and join back? This is going to make it to where when he joins the game again, it will allow him to fly. So when he joins, it will let him fly. So I'm just going to wait for him to join in. I may do a little cut just till he gets here. He's going to join again. I'm doing all of this live just so you can see that this really works. Here he is. So Black Knight, can I get you to try to fly? Can I get you to try to fly? And there he is. That's going to be it for today's tutorial. I'll see you in the outro. Alright, that's going to be it for today's video. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps out a lot. This has been Oxy with how to give people fly without giving them host or any other thing instantaneously. That's going to be it for today's video. Peace.